Gadada Srivasadi Gora Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivadacharya Stotra Sri Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivadacharya Stotra Sri Śrīmad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi ki Guru Parampara ki Jai. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai. Jai Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, Sri Guru Gauranga Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today morning we're reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 6, chapter number 18, entitled Diti vows to kill King Indra. And text 9. Tat karma guna viryani Kashyapasya Mahatmanaha Pashyadvaksyamaha Dityam Yataiva Vatataraha Tatkarma Gunaviryani Kashyapasya Mahatmana Ashyadvaksyamahe Datyam Yataiva Vatataraha Tatkarma Gunaviryani Kashyapasya Mahatmana Bhāshyad Vakshamahe Dityam Yataiva Vata Taraha Tat Karma Guna Viryani Kashyapasya Mahatmana Bhāshyad Vakshamahe Dityam Yataiva Vata Taraha. Matajis. Tat karma guna viryani Vasya pasya mahatmanaham Vasya dvakshya mahedityam Yataiva vata taraha. What to word meaning? Tat, his, karma, activities, guna, qualities, viryani, and power. Kashyapasya, of the sons of Kashyapa. Mahatmanaha, the great soul. Pashyat, later. Vakshyamahe, I shall describe. Adityam, in Aditi. Yata, how. Eva, certainly. Avatatara, descended. Indeed. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Later in the 8th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, I shall describe how Urukrama, Lord Vamanadeva, appeared as a son of the great sage Kashyapa and how he covered the 3 worlds with 3 steps. I shall describe the uncommon activities he performed, his qualities, his power, and how he took birth from the womb of Aditi. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Seeking the blessings of all these devotees, we'll discuss Śrīmad Bhāgavatam this morning. So here, Tat Karma Guna Viryani. We don't have purport. We'll read further till we get the purport. I think we'll read another, 8-9 verse. Almost 10 verse. But here if you see, Tat Karma Guna Viryani, Karma Guna Viryani, activities, qualities and power of whom? His. That is about Vamandev. The whole Bhagavatam is about the description of the activities of the Supreme Lord, actually, if you see. This is one of the reasons the Lord appeared in the, if you see first canto also, the sages asking, what is the reason that the Lord appeared? In order to perform this pastime, so that the conditioned souls are attracted. And the result of is that Janma Karma Me Divyam Yevam Yeveti Tatvataha Tyaktva Degam Punajanma Naitima Mitiso Arjuna. Just by knowing the activities and the qualities and the pastimes of the Lord, that we don't have to take birth again. So this is the promise that Krishna gives actually to Arjuna. If you know the activities, these activities are not, even though it looks like human-like activities, but it's superhuman-like, superhuman activities, which are transcendental in nature. This is not acted or enacted under the influence of 3 modes of material nature, which is usually the case in the material world. Everyone is acting. Daivi eshu gunamayi mamamaya durityaya mam evayi prapadyante mayametam tarantite. This material energy is very difficult to overcome. every conditioned soul is bound by guna, by rope. But these uncommon activities is performed. So, that great soul, actually here Mahatmana, the great soul is addressing the Lord. But actually, if the devotees, if someone take up the process of devotional service, they are also addressed as Mahatmana. Mahatmana tu mam partha devim ashritaha. Isn't it? So if you take shelter of Krishna, one who surrendered to Krishna, then they are not acting under external energy. They are acting under the divine potency, the divine energy. They come under the internal potency of the Lord. Then they become great soul. Big. So we'll continue the next verse. So here Sukadeva Goswami is saying that basically there's two kinds of dynasty or two kinds of lineage which is coming from Kashyapa, because he married to many wife, and the prominents are Aditi and Diti, Adityas and Daityas. Isn't it? We see in Bhagavad Gita also, the same family lineage, because they got two Kauravas and Pandavas, and there's a fight between them. So we see time and again, there is a divine quality and demonic quality. What is the difference between this divine and demonic quality? How do you say someone is demon? Okay, someone is acting independently, isn't it? Yeah, someone is acting independently or whimsically. The conception of demon or devotee is not external. We think demon means having some red face or two horns and having a very ferocious teeth and face and ghastly looking and things like that. No, that's very external. So in Bhagavad Gita, the main thing they talk about in the 16th chapter, it talks about if someone is following the scriptural injunction, then he is a devotee. Obviously, if they are not following, then they will act independently and whimsically according to their mind. Then they are demon. And if you see the qualities of the demons and the devotees are mentioned, and the more stress is given on the qualities of demonic, and then they act in such a way that they think they are the controller, their false ego is very strong, they have an enjoying mentality, they want to control everything. They calculate, they identify this, I finished, I'm going to achieve some more. So goes on and on and on. Their mentality, their quality and their type of action, activities, everything is described. But then the one thing is they don't want to accept authority. They don't want to listen to Vedic injunction or Guru or Sadhu or Shastra. So that makes them, come under this demonic quality. So here if you see the Daityas and the Adityas are the sons of Aditi, and so here in the starting of the chapter they talk about both, and then Sukadeva Goswami is saying that I'm going to describe the sons of Aditi later, and then we're going to see, now he's going to explain the sons of Diti. Text 10. Now let me describe the sons of Diti who were begotten by Kashyapa but who became demons. In this demonic family, the great devotee Prahlad Maharaj appeared, and Bali Maharaj also appeared in that family. The demons are technically known as Daityas because they proceeded from the womb of Diti. So, how did Prahlad Maharaj become a devotee even though he is coming in the lineage of demon? Yeah, I heard Śrīmad Bhāgavatam from Narada Muni. So that's very important. Here we previously 2-3 verses back we saw we should not hear professional reciters of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So association of a devotee, the Panchanga Bhakti, if you see, like someone is hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam or associating with devotee, chanting Hare Krishna or exposed to the transcendental vibration of Hare Krishna Mahamantra or residing in the holy dham or doing some Diti service, then their dormant Krishna consciousness is awakened from the heart. Their, Nitya Siddha, their Krishna Prem is there inside the heart, is awakened just by coming in contact with this transcendental vibration or some pure devotee. So similarly, even though Prahlad Maharaj was born and then Bali Maharaj also, but they become a great devotee. And we just recently saw this pastimes of Vritrasur, right? Even though he appeared as a demon, but then he has some transcendental qualities, isn't it? That's interesting actually. So depending upon our association, our ambition, our character, our aspiration, everything develops. And we see this contrasting example of, Narakasur. Even though he was, appeared in a devotee family, but then his association with Banasur made him a demon. Isn't it? So the association is very critical actually. It's very crucial. If we see our path of devotional service, we always stressed upon this point that make sure you have a proper association. At every stage of our devotional progress, we should be able to identify that association. Isn't it? We have to be associating to that devotee. It is said in Nectar of Instruction that whom to associate. Whom to associate. If you see a devotee who is chanting Hare Krishna, then you should respect him mentally. Because even though someone may be chanting, but they may have materialistic desire within them. Prakrita devotees, materialistic devotee, because they have some materialistic tendency, neophyte. So you respect them. And then if they are initiated, and if they are following the regulative principle of devotional service, according to the injunction of the spiritual master, then you should pay obeisances to that devotee. You should pay obeisance to that devotee. And then you have to serve sincerely, faithfully to that devotee who is undeviated in performing devotional service and who don't have any, criticizing. Nindadi sunya hridam. Ipshita sangha labdhya. Nindadi, that means they have that mentality of criticizing others or fault finding, a propensity to find fault or criticize. Nothing is there in that heart. So that's devotee you have to serve. Basically they're talking about Uttamadhikari or a pure devotee. So it is very rare that we come in across association of devotees actually. Brahmanda, Brahmite, Ban, Konaba, Ban, Jeev. Very rare that we come into devotional service actually. It's super rare. One of the quality of devotional service is what? Sudurlabha. It's not easily achieved. It's not like easily got. It is lifetime after lifetime. Manushanam sagasreshu. Right? So many lifetime after lifetime, then one may come in contact with devotional service. It's very rare. And in that devotional service, that you come in contact with a pure devotee is super rare. Even coming to devotional service, forget it. Forget about coming to devotional service. And then you come into devotional service and you are associating with devotees, and in that devotees you come across some pure devotee. That means you are like the most luckiest person in the world. And you should grab that opportunity of service to that devotee. Then your life is perfect. Your life is perfect. If you can able to grab that devotee and if you can able to serve faithfully, then your spiritual life is perfect. And then imagine the other way. that you are coming into devotees, you are coming in touch with the pure devotee, and then you leave the association. You are the most unfortunate person in the world. The contrast, if you have that opportunity of coming in contact with devotee, and if you don't make use of that opportunity, and we don't make use, and we don't find this is very rare, and if we don't find that this opportunity may not be coming again, then something is really wrong with our process of devotional performance. There's nothing wrong with devotional service, but how we do it, our attitude is something which we have to work on. And this, the writings of Acharyas, which is interesting also, they stress a lot upon this attitude of how a person can perform devotional service. If you see nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, they work on this part, that how do you get your attitude right, which is very important actually. Text number 11. First, the two sons named Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha took birth from Diti's womb. Both of them are very powerful and were worshipped by the Daityas and Danavas. So, this is the great demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. This is also going to give us a doorway of the 7th canto, 8th canto. We're going to see Prahlad Maharaj pastime, which is going to be very powerful, instructive and fascinating. All the rasas you can see in that pastimes. Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha. We saw already Hiranyaksha in the 3rd canto, how he had a leela with intimate pastime with the Lord. The Lord killed him actually. That is also the mercy of the Lord. The Lord says in the 16th chapter, how he is going to reciprocate with this kind of people who has this demonic mentality. I'm going to perpetually cast them in this material existence again and again. Because that's there they wanted. Their desire is they want to enjoy. So okay, the Lord fulfills that. And then he gives the mercy. When he becomes a demon and the Lord, kill these demons, they get liberation. They get liberation. What the great yogis and the jnanis are trying hard, life after life, which is easily available to these great demons. Someone is trying for liberation for lifetime after lifetime. They're controlling their senses. They are doing some yogic postures, or living in celibacy, secluded place. So many rules and regulation, yama, niyama. You can see Ashtanga yoga. And what is the goal? The goal is they want to get liberated. They want to merge into the supreme, the impersonal aspect of the Brahman, right? But that if you become a demon and the Lord killed you, you will get the same destination. So that actually in one sense puts bhakti on a super high platform. So that the jnanis and the yogis is compared very insignificant. It's insignificant. Even the pastimes of Krishna, the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, the last character is the demon who comes and disturbs the pastimes of the Lord, and then the Lord kills the demon and he achieves liberation. So then that becomes, when someone is doing the path of jnana, path of yoga, path of other, it becomes very insignificant and cheap. You understand? So this is very fascinating, because even the demon get liberated. This is what going to be the first chapter of the 7th canto. There's going to be discussion. How come the Supreme Lord is, giving like this destination? Of course, they get liberated, but then if you see more specific details, their destination is different. Everyone is liberated. Even the devotees are liberated. Right? But then the devotees reaches the topmost planet of Vaikunta, that is Goloka Vrindavan. And the demons get impersonal liberation. Text number 12 and 13. The wife of Hiranyakashipu was known as Kayadu. She was the daughter of Jamba and a descendant of Danu. She gave birth to 4 consecutive sons known as Samlada, Anulada, Halada and Prahalada. The sister of these 4 sons are known as Simhika. She married the demon named Viprachit and gave birth to another demon named Rahu. So the names are there. Why we have to read these names? Sometimes we find, so many names. This king gave birth to this king, that king gave birth to this, and he got married, and 2 sons came, and the 2 sons married this. Right? It goes on and on. By the time 3rd or 4th was, we forget the first 2 names. We think, why? Come on, get into the action. Huh? Why we have to read these names? What is the point? What benefit we get, or what benefit the hearer get, or what is the beneficial we get out of reading these names?
It shows that we can know cause of good qualities and
Sorry?
we can know what is the source or cause of those good qualities or bad qualities that are coming out of the person.
Okay, we want to know the cause. Okay, then?
It shows that these stories are real.
Sorry?
It shows that these stories are real.
The stories are real, okay. Details. What else? Anyone? Yeah, thank you. This is what in Bhagavad Gita also Prabhupada write. Why we are discussing about Kurukshetra? And why we are discussing about the names of these people who are fighting? We are interested in Krishna. And Krishna is presented in that war. So that's why we are discussing Kurukshetra. We are not discussing any World War, First World War, Second War, whatever war was fought in the history. We are not interested in those wars and all. We are interested in Kurukshetra war because Krishna was there. Similarly, these are the people who are connected with Krishna. Krishna's manifestation, Krishna's incarnation, Krishna's forms. Because these Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha were the opponent. So like for example, if you are going to a boxing match and you are favoring someone, you are supporting someone, right? Then the first question what you'll ask, who is the opponent? Right? You are cheering one party, you want to know who is that enemy. Right? We want to know which team to support. If you're going into a stadium, if 2 teams are playing, you need to know which jersey to wear, which flag to show. You want to know the opponent. Okay, this guy, then when he smashed them in Krishna kills, we say Kesava, one Kesi, Madhusudana. Right? We address Krishna, the name. By the name he killed the demon. He smashed Kesi, he smashed Aristasur, he smashed, We get so much pleasure. Even though the name of the demon, we don't have any interest on the demons. But then we have interest on Krishna because Krishna is present, Krishna's activities are related to that personality. We want to know who he smashed, who he glorified, who he gave the liberation to, who he honored the prasadam. So this is why the names are there, to help us to meditate. Oh, Krishna had fight. That was a good fight. And then Hiranyaksha, that if you see the Hiranyaksha and Krishna, Hiranyaksha was hitting, and then the description is like, as if a jasmine flower is thrown at an elephant. What damage does this jasmine flower cost or create on the body of an elephant? It doesn't, but then it is, then when Krishna hit, his eyes came out of the socket, something like that. He while going down only, the life air left his body. So much description is given that where then Hiranyaksha was hit under the ear. So these names and these people, these devotees and non-devotees, demons, Everything is given so that when we read, it will help us to meditate on Krishna. Oh, Krishna fought with this person. Okay, that's good. And who is that person? Because his father is there. Text number 14. While Rahu in disguise was drinking nectar among the demigods, the Supreme Personality of Godhead severed his head. The wife of Samlada was named Kriti. By union with Samlada, Kriti gave birth to a son named Panchajana. See, we just talked about that. Rahu was, he thought he can cheat. Somehow get into this assembly where he can have this immortal drink, nectar. But Krishna is best among the cheaters. Who can cheat Krishna? Krishna is within and without. Can we cheat Krishna? He is there within your heart. He is there within and he is there outside also. Krishna is orchestrating all these things. He as a Paramatma, he is bringing things together. In order to you to perform some action, in order to you to do some subtle creation or imagination, something, Krishna has to sanction as Paramatma within your heart. So he is witnessing, he is sanctioning, he is ordering, he is getting everything done. He is ordering, he is sanctioning the material energy, material nature to bring everything together. So Krishna severed his head while he was drinking. So that's why we see the picture also where Mohini Murti is there and the Rahu, Ketu all were there. And then Krishna severed the head. The head is alive, is still, it's alive. But the body collapsed. Because the head has drunk the nectar. So it's there. I read one funny fact actually in one of the book. The cockroaches, if the head of the cockroach is removed, still the cockroach live for 7 days with only the body. You may think, how this is possible? No, we can see in this world. Such kind of possibility. So here, Rahu was, severed. Text 15. The wife of Alada was named Dhamani. She gave birth to two sons named Vatapi and Ilvala. When Agastya Muni became Ilvala's guest, Ilvala served him a feast by cooking Vatapi, who was in the shape of a ram. So this is also one pastime. They want to I've seen long back, there's a drama by devotees actually. It's in, I think from Mumbai or something. We were seeing this drama. In this, they act. They do our brothers and they made a plan. Let us, So what happened? He takes a form of a person and then he cooked that meal and then he give it to the Muni, Agastya Muni, and then he have that. And then the idea is that when he calls upon, he comes out. So he takes a form so that he kills the Muni. So this is the idea. So he calls some mantra and then he comes to his form. Obviously when he comes to form, because he's in the stomach, he can kill. But then what happened? The Muni is so powerful, he digested him. He digested him. Then the brother calls him, hey, Ilvala, come out. Ilvala, come out. Vatapi, come out something. Vatapi, come out. But he doesn't come. So the demons are, sometimes they devise some plans. But then, because they don't have the mercy of the Supreme Lord, even though they have perfect plan, they may not get the result. We can see from even Bhagavad Gita, even Duryodhan, they all had plan. They had perfect plan. He had the perfect army, he had the perfect plan, he had the perfect people for the job, and perfect situation, you can say. But then the Krishna was there on the other side. So there is no chance of winning. Similarly, we might have some plans. We may have the skill set, we may have the wealth, we may have the people, friends, family. We may have everything what we need for a comfortable life in this world. And we might have a certain plan as well. Oh, I have this plan this year and after this many years. And when we go to job, the people ask, right? In 5 years' time, what you will be? If you say, oh, I like to be as I am now, they will not give you a job. Come on, you should show some, I remember when I went for a sales job, and this person asked, okay, what is your favorite meal? Tell me, I said, I like a simple rice and dal, that's it, And that person, no, you should show some passion, you should show some will, you should have some pizza, this, that, They want you to show some passion. They want you to, show some, yes, I can do it. I will, You can. These all T-shirts comes in. You can, you will, just do it like that. They want to see that aggression. They want to see that kind of vigor and willpower in you. So one may have, oh yes, I will do this. I will have certain years will go by. I will have this much saving, this much. Yes, good, but then ultimate plan is that you surrender completely, fully, 100% to Krishna. This should be our plan. And surrender should happen now, not like, yes, after some time. Because our plan, whatever plan we make, it's all going to make maybe materially or make us reach higher planets or maybe make you comfortable in this or happy in this world. But that's not our real purpose of human life. Or that's not the purpose of why we come into Krishna consciousness. Our Krishna consciousness that we have to increase our love towards Krishna, we have to serve the devotees, we have to save the conditioned souls. This should be our purpose. This should be our plan. Our plan is to save others, enhance our relationship with Krishna, taste for chanting or reading Bhagavatam or for service. How can I become a better servant? This should be our plan. So here, so many plans they make, but then these demons, they're making so many plans. For what? This because if you see, the action or the result of an action of the mode of ignorance is that they cause harm for oneself and others. They don't know what is right. They think irreligion to be religion, and irreligion activities to be irreligion. They think, oh, this is what is poison. They think it's nectar, and they think what is nectar is to be poison. So everything topsy-turvy, no clarity whatsoever. They don't know what to be done, what not to be done, and they are foolish, madness. What is a quality? What is a condition? Condition of goodness is happiness, and passion is what? Unlimited desire or fruitive mentality. I want to enjoy the result. And for ignorance is madness, foolish. Really, they don't have no intelligence. This is ignorance. You see, the demons, they are acting in such a way they want to hurt someone. And how do they do it? By hurting themselves. This Vatapi, he turned into a ram, and then the brother cooked him and then gave it to a Muni. See? So we have to see our activities, how we are doing our activities, in which mode. Text number 16. The wife of Hanulada was named Surya. She gave birth to 2 sons named Bhaskala and Mahisha. Prahalada had 1 son, Virochana, whose wife gave birth to Bali Maharaj. See? 17. Thereafter Bali Maharaj begot 100 sons in the womb of Ashana. Of these 100 sons, King Bana was the eldest. The activities of Bali Maharaj, which are very laudable, will be described later in the 8th canto. So we have seen in the start of the verse of the 9th that the details and the activities of Vamandev, which is connected with Bali Maharaj. So these both will be seen in 8th canto. Text number 18. Since King Bana was a great worshipper of Lord Shiva, he became one of Lord Shiva's most celebrated associates. Even now, Lord Shiva protects King Bana's capital and always stands beside him. This detail of this episode we can see in 10th canto, the fight between King Shiva and Krishna, isn't it? Text number 19. The 49 Marut demigods were also born from the womb of Diti. None of them had sons. Although they were born of Diti, King Indra gave them a position as demigod. So this is the more detail of this chapter. This verse would be the seed of this chapter, because if you see King Indra and Diti gave birth to 49 Marut demigods. So King Indra gave the position of demigod even though they are born from Diti, who is, all the demons are coming, right? Purport. Apparently, even demons can be elevated to the position of demigods, as demigods, when their atheistic character is reformed. There are two kinds of men throughout the universe. Those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are called demigods, and those who are those are just the opposite are called demons. Even the demons can be transformed into demigods, as the statement of this verse proves. So here we have discussed most of this point, that there is demon and demigods, but the demons can be transformed and elevated to demigod. But this verse says that, okay, fine, here Indra gave the position of demigod, but even the position of demigod is not permanent. Position of demigod is not permanent. Once your credit, Shine Punye Matya Lokam Vishalam, yeah? That once your credit, once your pious credit, once this whole creation is finished, then you are all finished. Every demigod is finished, their planets are finished, their devotees are finished, everyone is finished. But even the demons in Kali Yuga, if you see, we have this demonic mentality. Everyone have this demonic mentality. It comes up. It shows when time comes. One may be, when things goes against our plan, or when a sudden incident, the true nature comes out actually. I've seen personally when I was driving in India. I was driving in a two-wheeler, right? So you are coming out of the temple, you had the morning program, you had the most wonderful experience, right? And you feel you are a devotee. You have this feeling, right? Not only that feeling, you have that, I'm a better devotee, I'm a good devotee, I'm a great devotee, I'm the best, like that. So you're just entering the cloud nine moment, and then you're going in the bike, and suddenly someone comes in front of you, or This happens only in India, I guess. Here at least some rules and regulation they follow. So then someone cuts you, someone comes. Then immediately your nature comes out, Your frustration comes. Hey! What do you think yourself? You want to correct, you want to control, you want to show you are. So when there is a sudden turn in life, or when things happens, which comes actually, perplexity, anxiety comes like a forest fire. There's no alarm, or there's no knocking the door. Excuse me, I'm a problem for you today, can I come in? There's no awareness, or there is no indication. There's no forecast basically. It's like Melbourne. It comes like that. And then that time, If you don't have proper devotion, if you don't have this understanding that this is Krishna who is teaching you, then what happened? Our real nature, our demons come, our on scores like that, comes that, tail comes. We want to blame someone, we want to justify that I am innocent, I didn't do anything. And we want to find a reason why this happened, and we want to point someone or some situation or some people that they are the cause. But we should understand the cause of all cause is Krishna. He is the cause of all cause. And what we are getting is just a token of what we're supposed to get. So this understanding should help us actually. Otherwise, this demonic mentality, and this is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And this is what the request of Nityananda Prabhu, who converted this Jagai Madai, who are worse than a demon, not into a demigod, not into a sage, not into a saint, but pure devotees of the Lord. Because by devotional service, you can transform, one can get the whole auspiciousness, subhada, full auspiciousness one gets. And all this material reaction and one's karma, the seed, everything is destroyed and they become a pure devotee. This demonic mentality is curbed, is curtailed actually. So we see that how can I remove this mentality? By taking shelter of the Lord through His devotees, through His name. Cheto darpana marjanam, the cleansing of the heart, the purificatory process. And by this, one can rise above the modes, and then they become a pure devotee. And then they can relish the devotional service within. So I'll just stop here and see if anyone has any correction, comments or questions of what we discussed today. So tomorrow verse is 20. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
For a nice class. My question is, when someone is into the demoniac species, he does not even realize that where he is. So, what is his, how he can elevate himself?
So that's because if they are not, they are in ignorance. When one is in ignorance, ignorance is a root cause of suffering. And ignorance is the root cause of all this entanglement. So one has to get knowledge, which is that comes from association. Association of devotees, what devotees does? They give knowledge. They don't give material knowledge, they give transcendental knowledge. Because ignorance, one think that I am this body. In ignorance think, I am going to enjoy. Then what happened? He developed a desire to sense gratification. And that leads to frustration and suffering. And the cycle continues. So when one gets in the association of devotees, by the mercy of the devotees, they get some sukriti. And then they get knowledge as well. So ignorance, then they can come to some activities. So Krishna says also that one should not disturb the ignorance. You should be careful. Because when you disturb the ignorance, they can go against also. So you have to gradually see. If they are favorable to do some generous activity, you can encourage them to do some charity, some welfare activity. That way they get some detachment. If they are more favorable, then they can work for Krishna, do some devotional activities. Right? If they are more favorable, then they can offer the result to Krishna, which is not only working but offering the result to Krishna. And if they are more favorable, then they can surrender to Krishna. So there are levels actually Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita, how to deal with attached and unattached person, how to deal with this ignorant person. So, but basic is we have to give knowledge, we have to carefully see how they are very subjective and make them slowly favorable towards Krishna consciousness. Very slowly, carefully.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.